Here is a step-ladder bracket for our broadcast tonight. Legendary Hall of Famer Norm Duke with 2 U.S. Open titles is the number 5 seed. They'll take on young Canadian star Graham Faw. The number 3 seed is the Big Nasty, Wes Ballot of Texas, the 2013 U.S. Open champ. Second seeded Rhino Page, twice has been a runner-up in a major, but never a champion. And our top seed, young Jacob Buttriff, 23 years old, with 2 titles on tour, but never competing for a major on TV. We have a great first match by Hall of Fame broadcast partner Marshall Holman, joined by the legend Norm Duke and the 4th seed, major champion Graham Faw, lane level.
All right, we've got Graham Faw, number 4 qualifier. Graham, you won your second tournament you ever bowled in. It was a major title. What is it about these kind of tournaments in your second year? You're so good so early.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen when you jump into the PBA so quickly. So to win my first major so quickly is great, and I'm hoping to win my second major just as fast.
All right, well, listen, I wish you all the best. Good luck to you. Let's get Norm over here. Norm, got one question for you. You mentioned yesterday, without giving any trade secrets away, you said you have a game plan of how not only to win this first game, but go all the way. Can you expand on it a little bit?
Well, yeah, I get to play as far right as I possibly can, and there's only one right-hander. So, you know, the more often that you can win a match, the better and better it gets for you, because you can just sit there and play your own traction. You got to get by a game, though, Marshall. So there's the big thing.
I hear you. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're the veteran here. You got all the experience.
You're the veteran, Marshall.
Go get him. All right, Dave, up to you.
All right, Marsh, thanks. Norm, Graham already. GoBowling.com, road to the finals. We see our top seed, Jacob Buttriff, only 23 years old, from Chandler, Arizona. He's the very top. Rhino Page, the 2 seed lefty from Orlando, trying for a major championship. Wes Ballot's been here and won before. Faw Duke will begin our action here tonight from Liverpool, New York. We're just minutes from downtown Syracuse. And Graham Faw from Guelph, Ontario, now lives outside Columbus, Ohio, will start us off. Powerful lefty. All 10 down.
Nice roll. Good fortunate first shot. Came in a little bit light. Shakes all the pins down. Graham Faw on the left side. He's going to be using a urethane ball, not a reactive ball, not the modern, more of the modern kind of ball that Norm Duke's using.
53 years old. Look at all those titles.
Unbelievable.
38 championships for the legendary Hall of Famer. Norm Duke.
Well,
tough split.
Yeah, leaves the 2 and the 10. The ball is just laboring going down the lane. We'll get a look at Norm Duke. It's going to go down very close to that first board. It should start breaking now, but it does not. It just labors, doesn't quite get to it. Needs to get the ball to the left-hand side of the 2-pin, throw it into the 10. He is the best spare shooter on tour.
Early challenge. 210. You bet.
Well, I'll tell you what, Norm.
What a conversion.
Norm, you're making me look good. You know, I watched him bowl yesterday. It was just absolutely amazing. He ground him out better than anybody I've ever seen. Norm did not have a very good look to the pocket at all yesterday, but he made so many splits and just worked and grounded out. And if it weren't for the second round of the tournament, where he shot 349 over for 8 games, that was really the only round where he had a good look.
Early drama. And success for Norm. Left lane. That looked a lot better.
Yeah, a little better direction. The ball, he started that ball further left up the lane. It was fortunate that it held on. We'll get another look at this ball. You can see it's higher into the 1-3 pocket. 9 pins in the pit and the 4-pin remaining. Should be routine for Norm.
No problem there. Single pin spare conversion for Norm. He told us last night he trained, he worked out harder than he ever has before for this 2017 U.S. Open, and here he is in the show. First opponent, Graham Faw.
He's got to work out hard. He's 53 years old. He's bowling against guys that are in their 20s. A couple of the guys in this tournament are less than half his age.
Graham's only 25. Big backswing for the lefty.
That comes in light, leaves the 3, the 5, and the 10. Needs to get the ball in between the 3 and the 5, although you can, as you see, this ball is just not quite going to get up the pocket. This is a urethane ball. It doesn't move real hard in the back end. So two ways to make it. You can throw it in between the 3 and the 10, or you could drive the 3 pin into the 10. I prefer to put the ball in between the 3 and the 10.
Let's see how he does.
And he prefers to make it that way. That's why I'm talking about it, and he's bowling it.
Couple nice pairs early in our match.
Great shot. Look at the ball. Takes out the 2 and the 3 and the 5, and the 3 pin takes out the 10. 2 great split conversions early in our match.
I love it. From Guelph, Ontario, about an hour west of Toronto. Of course, you're from that part of the world. You're a big hockey fan. Paul Correa was his guy growing up, former Anaheim Duck left wing star, all-star in the NHL. But he preferred bowling from a young age. Despite the fact his mom wanted to play hockey, he made the right call. And one of the world's best bowlers as we check in with the future for the sport lane pattern.
All right, our lane pattern, it's a 43-foot pattern. Oil goes about down to this area. And you can see that if there's less oil on the outsides of the lane than there are on the inside, that gives the bowlers a little bit of hold. It's a very high volume. The scoring pace is very low.
Back to Norm. That's got to really hurry up.
Yeah, and
he missed the pocket again.
He's talking to
them so well, I can even tell them what they're saying. So can you just have them try to keep it down?
We're going to have to be a little quieter.
Yeah, Norm said he could hear us, so we will tone it down. He's trying to get the ball to track up the pocket, but it's just not making that big hard move. Not getting the friction on that right-hand lane.
Picks it up.
Great spare. Our broadcast booth is very close to the bowlers, and we're gonna. It was nice of Norm. If I were out there bowling and I heard the broadcasters, I wouldn't have told the tournament director. I would have looked right at the
told us directly.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Dave Marshall, our entire crew here in Liverpool, New York, watching Norm Duke step up. Great matchup here to begin our telecast with Graham Faw.
Left the 4 pin last time on this lane. Just needs to get the ball down the lane another 2 or 3 feet before it makes its break. That fell off his hand, and he leaves a solid 10. We'll take a look at the 6 pin, the second from the right. It's going to go around the 10.
Ten pin, no problem for Norm.
What's kind of interesting that his mother wanted him to be a hockey player, but he started bowling at a young age, fell in love with it. We'll take a look at the 5 pin. When the ball hits the pocket, it's going to race to the right. Bang. It takes out the 10. And a satisfied look from Graham Faw.
Major champion in 2016, Players Championship, first Canadian ever to win a PBA Tour title in his first ever event. And he told us last night, just an incredible honor. Many great Canadians before him, but none had won. Carrying the flag here tonight in Syracuse.
3 in a row.
And all 10 down for the Turkey.
And instead of him, patting himself on the back, he said, well, the other Canadians, a lot of great bowlers, they just for one reason or another, good fortune didn't follow them, and they weren't able to win. But he's done it. He's got a nice lead early, 25 pins over Duke. He's got to get the ball into an earlier roll on his right-hand lane.
Fifth frame. See if he can do that. Works on a spare.
Great
and all
shot.
10 down. That's what you need.
Duke actually moved a little bit left of that lane. The outside boards are just no friction at all. Take a nice low profile look. Ball's going to come into the pocket and destroy the rack. Norm doesn't so much try to energize the ball as he lets the ball just fall off his hand with good lift and storing energy for the back of the lane. Trying to cut into that lead of Graham Fa.
Into 15 pins with a strike. He's got that in the 6. So back-to-back jacks for Norm Duke to make things very interesting here in Liverpool, New York. And we'll take a timeout. Norm hoping for an 8th career major. A 39th career title. He's 3rd all time. It's a legend trying to win our first match here tonight in Liverpool. Not too far from where we are here in Liverpool.
About 30 minutes from away from
or
here.
so. Resuming our first match. Canadian Graham Fa looks for a 4-bagger to increase his lead.
Oh, gets a friendly roll.
And all 10 back.
You can see the guys adjusting the cap on the ball return. It's getting in their way just a bit, but they're working around it. We watch the ball coming in light, but very powerful. Good speed, good rotation. And his lead back up to 25. I always found it very difficult to throw the first shot coming out of commercial because you've been sitting for a little while, but apparently nobody told Graham.
Looks for a 5-bagger. Wow. Stays hot.
Best
all
shot
10 back.
Best shot of the game.
35-pin lead.
There's no defense, Norm. You know, your guy's got 5 in a row. All you can do is just get up there, and he really needs to strike here in the 7th and the 8th. Get that lead back down to 10. 15, excuse me. Selene has been hanging on him. A little further left. It holds pocket.
That looks sweet. Out of the hand of Norm Duke, our 5 seed. And that's a big strike to put some pressure on Graham Fa.
Graham Fa found his shot earlier than Norm. We'll see Norm throw this shot. This is going to be just perfect. Last 2 shots, both from Duke and Fa, have been high flush, beautiful shots.
Norm trying to become the 2nd oldest to win a U.S. Open title. Andy Varapapa won one at 57 years old. Norm was 53.
That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Long time ago.
Had the pleasure of meeting Andy back in the 70s. And my gosh, he was in his 90s then. He was a great player.
8th frame, another huge shot. To cut to 15. You bet.
Oh, it carries.
He's feeling it. 15-pin advantage for Graham Fa.
Keeping the pressure on. Norm is the picture of concentration. He's going to stare those pins down. Oh, baby.
Francois Lavoie last year in Vegas. We called that on CBS Sports Network. And Mika Koivuniemi from Finland, the other 2 foreign-born players to win the U.S. Open. Graham would like to join that prestigious lists. And the lefty stays red hot.
That's a good break. That shades of Dick Weber from the 70s and 80s. Last 3 pins to fall down. They're going to be the 5, the 6, and that 10.
Former U.S. Open champ awaits the winner of this match. West just makes those pins hurt.
Well,
powerful player.
He does, and he does it with such ease. One more for Fa.
Wow.
Why
not? Unstoppable Graham Fa in this match.
I didn't see it coming, Dave. I did
7-bagger.
I did not see the scores this high. Norm predicted it last night. He says 2018 is going to win anything. You got to shoot 240 to win. Well,
he was right.
He looks like he's going to need more than 240. Duke can punch
great
out.
Conversation with Norm last night.
You bet.
So focused, so ready.
Duke can punch out for 255. Fa can strike out for 280.
Every shot, a big shot. Norm Duke. Oh, 7-pin.
Same kind of shots that have been striking for Fa. Not quite for Duke, and that big shot. Made a good shot, comes in a little bit light. In today's game with the equipment, that's a 95% carry shot, and he can't believe it. He's bowling a professional game right now. He's working his tail off. He's just run into a buzzsaw on Graham Fa. And that's all you can do. Boy, if you make the shot and you like it, that's it. I mean, you're kind of at the mercy of the gods as the ball's rolling down the lanes.
Guys, fill it up. Come on. Post your score. Post your score. Post your score.
Oh, come on.
10-pin does everything but fall
Yeah.
for Norm Duke.
Going to be a little short for Norm. Made another great shot. He kept saying, post your score, post your score. Well, looks like your score is going to be in the 220s. Watch this ball as it hits the pocket. Take a look at that 6-pin. It's going to lean onto the 10, but doesn't get enough of it.
Major championship here tonight. Would have
About as good as I can throw ever again right there, buddy.
put him in a tie for 4th all time. Pete Weber, 5 U.S. Opens. Dick Weber, 4. Don Carter, 4. Dave Husted had 3. In terms of majors, Earl Anthony, the all-time leader with Pete.
Last shot of
10
the U.S. Open. Let's make it good. Wait a second.
Majors.
Well,
10-pin, that's kind of emblematic, Marsh, isn't it, the way it went for Norm Duke here tonight. Talk breaks.
It was a very professional game that he bowled, but now 222, that you would think that'd be good enough to win a lot of games tonight, but when your opposition has gone strike, spare, and then 7 in a row, it's just, Norm got ran over by a bigger truck.
That wasn't me.
Norm told us last night that the format, the way the U.S. Open is set up, probably the only major at 53 that he still can win.
Right, and that's because the scores are at a lower pace. When the guys are striking a lot, Norm just can't keep up. But under these conditions, he definitely had a viable chance. Important for Fa to stay lined in. Leaves the soft 7, not a big deal. Very good sportsmanship from Duke.
53-year-old Norm Duke will not win another major championship. Here tonight in Liverpool, Graham Fa, only 25 from Guelph, Ontario, will advance and take on Wes Malott, the big Texan. 10-time champion is next for Fa. A great event for Norm Duke, but he falls just short here tonight. Impressive win for Graham Fa from Guelph, Ontario. 259-222 over the legend Norm Duke in our first match, 7-bagger. He was locked in. The lefty advances to take on Wes Malott in the next match here tonight. This year, a number of changes made to bowling's most prestigious tournament to enhance the integrity and competitiveness of the event. Also give the opportunity for more bowling centers throughout the country to host future editions. What do you think, Marsh?
Well, I like the fact that 125 are by invitation and 19, they actually had a qualifying. If you average over 180, you could put your shoes on, have a chance to bowl in the U.S. Open.
We had a chance to speak with a few of this week's competitors to get their take on the changes for this year's event.
It's the U.S. Open, you know, it's the event to win, and to be able to win would mean the world to me. I mean, it's career defining.
How about 10? And for Francois Lavoie, how about the 2016 U.S. Open title?
I do love the fact that they reduced the field size.
It feels great to get that email saying you're invited to bowl this event. To be one of those 144 out of how many thousands and thousands of bowlers feels pretty good.
This is the most prestigious event of the year, and the fact that I get to participate out of the 144 people it's an honor, and it truly is an honor.
Definitely a lot more preparation. It basically forces you to get in the mindset immediately. So, and shot execution is a lot more demanding.
It's just a different mindset. Again, it's you can get to the pocket early. You can get there right away. It's just you don't have that extra time to try and look at ball reaction on the pair that you're going to.
Ultimately, as a player, it's not our job to come up with formats. It's not our job to fall in love with anything. It's our job to look at what is in front of us and say, look, this is our job, get it done.
Getting ready to resume the 2017 U.S. Open here in Liverpool, New York. Dave Ryan, Marshall Holman, legendary Hall of Fame broadcast partner in the booth, watching Wes Malott get set for his match with Graham Faw. Wes, the number 3 seed from Pflugerville, Texas, just outside Austin. And the 2013 U.S. Open champ beat Jason Belmonte in Columbus that year, 214, 156.
Side are you on? I'm on this one.
Ready to bowl.
Your start.
All right. Graham Faw coming off 259. I just did not see that kind of score out there, especially early. Graham Faw's job, repeat what he did in game 1.
Any player rolls a 300 game during the telecast will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com, find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros. 10 pin there. And for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling.
Every shot that Faw threw in that part of the pocket in the first game, he struck on. That's the first kind of not great, but still a quality shot that hasn't struck. Hard and straight. No, he likes to hook at it, and I take exception to that. I mean, I know he's looking like, what are you? I got it. I know what I'm doing. Most professional bowlers are hard and straight, and it's really interesting because Graham Faw does not throw a real strong, big hooking ball, but he hooks the ball more for the 10 pin than he does for his first shot.
And I think, Marshall, some of the fans to his left were wondering the same thing. Are you sure you want to hook that in?
Totally.
Single pin spare conversion to the 10, but he did it quite well.
Our first look at Wes Malott, and nobody puts as much power with seemingly less effort than this man right here.
41-year-old, powerful Texan. Crossing over.
He didn't like it.
Lucky to start.
He didn't like it off his hand.
Here.
He'll take the break. Take a look at Big Wes. Gets that ball pushed away nicely, a little more than shoulder high, and then the big snap at the bottom. But immediately he knows that ball is left off his hand. It's in the hands of the gods, and the gods, they love him.
Saw the reference to his mom there pointing up to the heavens. His
mother,
Barbara, passed away September 25th. Wes, well, he had a lot of trouble talking about that last night. Very sad, tough moment for he and his family. And he's dedicating this entire tournament to her. It's got to hurry up, and it does enough for all 10 down with that power. Good start.
Yes, it is. That ball, he knew that was going to be a little light, but Mom's watching out for him. And you're right. That was he had to be very, very emotional last night talking about that. I mean, and it was not expected, and to the entire Malott family, we offer our condolences.
Absolutely.
For the first time, Graham Faw finds himself in a deficit. 10 pins.
His second frame, second match. Whoa.
Right through the heart. 2, 4, 7, and 8. Loses 4 pins in count and leaves a very difficult spare. Watch this ball. It'll go right through the heart. He's going to leave the 4 on the left. Needs to put the ball in this position. The ball's got to drive in order to get that sleeper 8 pin.
With power.
Had to hurry, never got there. It's 9 out. Ball just never got up to the 3 pin. It wasn't really even close. And what makes that spare so difficult is there are so many ways to miss it.
So leaves the 2 open frame. First open he's had after that 259 he threw at Norm Duke in the opening match. Now let's see how the young Canadian responds to some pressure.
Much better.
7-pin.
4-pin doesn't come out of the flat gutter to get the 7, so we'll watch the second pin from the left. That's your 4-pin. Is it the bowler's friend? Not that time. Switches balls to a very straight and low friction ball. That's gone.
Whoa, whoa.
It bounced out. Once it's in the channel, it's
Does
dead.
not count. Yep, that's a wild looking shot there from Fa, who of course hooked the cross lane for the 10, then goes straight at it with the plastic ball for the 7-pin, and that is a bad miss, and all of a sudden the wheels are coming off dramatically for Graham Fa,
And if
who was so brilliant in the opening match.
If Norm Duke is anything like Marshall Holman, he's going, where was that last game?
So Big Wes on the bench is seeing Fa struggle. Can he take advantage? That's how you do it.
That's a great shot there. He came in high on the first frame on the right-hand lane, got the friendly roll of the squasher. This ball, much better projection down the lane. Watch as this ball gets to about 45, 50 feet, and then bang. Yeah, that's 10 in the pit.
10-time titleist. Looking for a second major. We told you about the US Open 4 years ago in Columbus.
Blown a little air into the thumb hole, makes it just a little more secure feel.
Former player of the year on tour.
Light on this lane. That's got to hurry. That won't get there. In fact, it was such a bad shot. He kind of got away with it. If it had been a little bit higher, he would have left the washout.
Come on.
Leaves himself just the 1,
2,
2, 4, and the 8. Watch this ball as it goes down the lane. It's gone. No chance. No chance from there.
Barely hung on, almost went to the channel.
Yeah.
So the lanes are transitioning, Marshall. I think it's safe to say that. Now
Well, what
the key is the adjustments they make.
Well, what we can see there is that there's not a lot of room to miss. You can miss by a little bit, but boy, you miss by that much, it's gone. Good luck with that. Nope.
A chop and an open frame for Wes. Tomorrow night, 6 Eastern. Get your weekend of college football started early. As Ball State flies into Eastern Michigan, Ypsilanti, and face the Eagles. It's some action. Presented by Geico. It's all right here on the home of CBS Sports. CBS Sports Network. Can't wait. Ball State, EMU, Cards, Eagles in the back tomorrow night. I'll be in Boca for FAU Marshall Friday night. That's a big matchup in Conference USA. Looking forward to it.
I'm rooting for Marshall.
Of course you are. Here's Fa.
Oh my gosh, the 7 and the 9. He's using urethane. It's not a high dynamic ball. It doesn't have the hitting power of some of the more aggressive balls. And watch this as it comes into the 1-2 pocket. Just didn't get the proper leverage. The ball hits and it's just flat. And he's shocked.
This is the same guy with a 7-bagger last game.
I know.
Who was dominant over the legend Norm Duke. And
we did see pins flying out of the gutter. That one does not fly back out. He just gets 9, and all of a sudden open for Fa, and what once was 259 locked in is a lost player.
Wow. What's your advice this youngster?
Well, he's got to go back to what he was doing before. He did not get the good leverage on any of the first few shots that were in the pocket, and that's why they was getting 9. He left the 10 pin, he left the 7 pin. That time leaves a 7-9. Needs to go back to what he was doing in the first match. That looked better off his hand, and it was.
That's how you do it.
He liked that shot. I will say that he started out in 33rd place, then just bowling okay, went to 31st, made a big move in the 3rd round, and then in match play he turned it up. But I'll tell you, if there had been a couple more games left in match play last night, he would not have made our top 5. He was struggling the last couple of games.
Wes very involved with his kids' sports. Jordan, Camden, Brooke are great young athletes, bowlers, baseball players. I mean, it's a big commitment outside of Austin.
Better shot. Solid 9. Ball went right in front of the 9 pin. Interesting last night talking with Wes. You asked him, said, "Well, which one of your boys is the best athlete?" And he said, I'm not answering that.
Good answer.
Good answer
That's
indeed.
how you do it.
Watch the ball go
dad.
past the 9-pin. In fact, it wasn't even close.
Wow. Ball speed. The pin's got no chance against Wes Mott in that case. So the big Texan is in great shape here. He loves coaching his dad. As a dad with his kids, he loves bowling too. He's trying for a championship here tonight. Grandpa in a huge hole here. Works in a strike marsh. Down 41 pins.
And he desperately needs to strike right now because the game is getting late and he's off to a tough start. Well, he makes up for the ball that came in and left the 7-9 by energizing it more, and it just hooked early on him, went through the heart. He leaves the 6 and 7. You'll see this ball, it's just facing up way too soon, right through the heart.
Wow.
It's makeable. It's got to get the ball to the right-hand side. Did not get to enough of the right of that 6-pin. It's going to be 9 out and making an easy road for one Wes Mallott.
Another open frame. Well, speaking of Syracuse, look at that. Who's that young guy? Right? Who's that young guy there? 1994 Action News team with Jackie Robinson, Jim Kenyon, news legends here in town. Matt Mulcahy, guy in the middle, still in the air here, one of my best friends. You'll see Matt later tonight. And the legendary weatherman, Wayne Mahar, is still going strong.
That's
he
great.
looks the same.
It's gonna break.
9 pins down.
9-pin. That's a solid 8. Solid 8 from Graham Faw. We'll take a look at the pin action. Ball goes past. You know, that's what's it's so difficult in this game. He throws the 7-9. It's a weak hit, and then a couple frames later, ball goes right past the 8-pin. A strong hit. He's made a ball change. And I'm not surprised. He needed to. You know, getting back to that picture, and I'm not trying to become your best friend, but I think you look better now.
Thanks, Marshall. Great to be back in Central New York. Lived here a long time. Went to Syracuse, taught at Syracuse, so always good to be back home.
Yeah, it's got to be great seeing friends from
Absolutely.
back in the day. The Big Easy. He leaves the 4-pin. Mallott in a really good position right now. He's got a big lead. Gives him an opportunity to maybe experiment just a little bit as we see the on-lane angle at those pins. Ball came in just a skosh high. Leaves the 4-pin. Not a big deal right now. He's in good shape. Hard and straight. Now that's how most professionals shoot their spares. They don't go with the big hook. You don't need power to make spares. You just need some accuracy.
I thought it was interesting, Marshall, speaking with Wes last night, former player of the year on the PBA Tour, about where he is with his game mentally. He's had a lot of injury issues, some personal strife with his mom passing. Very dedicated to his kids as their coach in bowling and baseball. Bowling's not #1 right now in his life.
No, he said he could actually
love to win this one,
Yeah,
to
he-
get back on top.
Yeah, he said he could walk away and he'd be fine, but he'd like to walk away a U.S. Open champion again. Now there's a ball through the nose. There's the 3-6 on the right side, the 4-7 on the left.
All the way in there. If you don't, you're going to grab it every time. Come on.
Says you got to get all the way in there or he's going to grab it every time. At the bottom of the swing, instead of being smooth with the fingers, he jumped on him, and the ball jumped right through the face. This is like making the baby split. You need to get to the right of that 3-pin and scoot him over.
Tough conversion. Leaves the 4-7, so an open frame for West. All he wanted to do is stay clean and get out of this match.
You know, he's giving
Graham Faw.
giving Graham a little bit of hope right now. Graham Faw 36 pins down. He can get he can shoot 201 if I'm looking at the projections correctly. Check with our statistician. Lionel Page coming up in the next match. He's got to be liking what he sees right now. Both the guys are struggling.
Another lefty from Orlando, #2 seed.
Yeah, with the messenger. The max score for Fa is 181. Right now, Mallott, as we watch the 5-pin go to the sideboard. I think the head pin's going to come back off the sideboard and just truck out that 7-pin. Here she comes. I got you.
Brandon living in St. Paris, Ohio, between Columbus and Dayton. Told us last night, great bowling area. Lots of tournaments, lots of events, and one of the best parts of Ohio to be for a young professional bowler. What a future this guy's got.
He's in a must-strike situation here in the 9th frame.
Foundation frame needs it. And has it. Late hit on the 10th pin. Hang on now. Hang on, Marshall.
Well, Malott right now working at a 187 pace. Fa can shoot 181. He's making Big Wes show up and get it done. Strong strike. Graham Fa. You know, all he needs
Ball return.
are 2 marks. Sometimes easier said than done. It looked like Wes was lined in just right, and then doesn't take much for the ball to sail out the window or to go right through the face. Big shot here in the 9th frame.
Better shot.
Likes it. That's why.
But he knows. Wes knows as soon as he throws the ball, whether it's in the right part of the lane or not. That was a much better trajectory, much better off his hand.
Slow, stay soft. Slow and soft is the key. Come on.
He's saying slow and soft. He needs a spare and 9. Five. Spare and 5. That's right. He's working at a 187 pace. The best Fa can do is 181. So really, any kind of a mark right now would be enough.
Oh, hook.
It's got to hurry. It's got to
have to hurry and look out. It's a split 2-10 challenge for Wes Malott.
This is entertaining.
Yes,
Ball got right off his hand. It was through the face last time. He made that small adjustment. This could be made. Needs to put the ball right in here, slide it into the 10 pin. We saw Norm Dude make it in the last match. Something didn't feel quite right. I've seen Wes do that many times. Got to be strong to do that. He was almost 90% committed to throw it, but something just didn't feel right in his hand. He's going to give it a go. And he's going to make it.
He converts an incredible 2-10 split. Wes Malott won a shot.
And look at Graham Fa smiling and applauding. I'll tell you what, Wes Malott does not emote very often, but this shot right here brought a great reaction out of the big guy. He said, my doubles partner can make that. Hey, I can make that too.
What a conversion. Clutch.
And does he love it? Huge. Huge. And he's not messing around. He's just going high and hard to win that match.
That's rough, brother. Clutch.
It is over. The 3rd seed and 41-year-old Wes Malott from Pflugerville, Texas, will advance to take on Rhino Page from Orlando in the next matchup tonight here from Liverpool. Tale of 2 games for Graham.
Oh,
He
my.
just blows the doors off of Norm Duke with a 259 and 7-bagger in the first game and loses the entire look in game number 2. That's why winning this event is so difficult.
He didn't make the ball change fast enough.
Time now for the BPAA moment of the match. It's got to be Wes Malott and this incredible conversion.
There's no doubt about it. You know, all he needed was a mark, but he made it tough on himself, left the 2 and 10, but put the ball in the perfect spot, and boy, did he love it.
Sensational.
And what a look at that. Wow, that's right. Wow.
It's good sportsmanship.
You bet.
Grandpa has a major on his resume. He will not get his 2nd here tonight at the 2017 US Open, but what a bright future for this young lefty.
Yeah, and he's finishing strong. He's not phoning the game in.
Hoping for back-to-back Canadian champs after Francois Lavoie from Quebec won last year in Vegas. And the Canadian belt buckle, by the way, very sharp.
Yeah, you'll love it. Matches the shirt. Yeah, 179.
Big shot, brother. Come on. Thank you. Great bowling all week. You too. Wrong ball.
Wes Malott advances. Next up, another lefty in Rhino Page. The Big Nasty, the Big Texan, successful tonight. Graham Faw, not enough after beating Norm Duke. Page, Malott, next.
All right, semifinal match.
Match number 3. 2-seed Rhino Page from Orlando, 34 years old, against Wes Malott. Here we go.
A couple of veteran players. You know, Rhino was having problems in his first few shots of practice, coming in light on this left-hand lane, but it looked like he got it worked out in his last couple of shots. We'll see what this looks like.
Now it counts. 7-pin.
He likes it. He made a good shot. It's about making clean shots. And speaking of clean shots, West didn't make enough of them last game. He got through because his opposition didn't bowl a good game. But if West wants to win this game, he needs to make more quality shots. Changes balls. Hard and straight at the 7-pin.
Wow. Ball speed. And the 7-pin down for spare. Great to see CEO and Commissioner of the PBA, Tom Clark, a Syracusan, went to West Genesee High School, as did my daughters. Not too far from here.
I like these people from Syracuse.
From Camillus, west side of town. Wildcats.
Great bowling city.
Fantastic bowling city. Let's see if West can do just what Marshall said. He has to advance to the championship match.
Ball
Not
went
the start
long.
you want it.
No, ball went long, leaves the 2, 4, 8, 10. If you get the ball left of the 2-pin, it's possible to slide the 2-pin into these. You watch the ball, it's just going to come in light. Not going to drive in fast enough. The break point was way down the lane. Needs to get the ball over here hooking, and it's possible to knock him in.
10-pin stands, open frame, couldn't convert.
And you know, if you're going to have an open frame, the first frame is the best place to do it. But as I said earlier, it really is all about making great quality shots. And Wes's ball has a tendency to either go way too long or jump way too soon. 11 pins down after one frame. And Wes will tell you as soon as he throws a ball whether he likes it or not.
That's better. Late hit on number 10. Down it goes, and a strike for Wes Malott.
Wes is he's the king of cool. He keeps himself very, very centered. Rhino Page is he's got that Norm Duke look of concentration on his face.
He, like the others last night we met with Rhino, looked exhausted, just spent after.
Yeah, 16 games yesterday. That was tough. First shot on the right-hand lane.
Our 2-seed. Pretty good looking shot. 8-pin.
Couldn't throw it any better. Ball just passed the 8-pin. That's part and parcel of these dynamic new pieces of equipment. We'll watch this shot. He absolutely loves it. He loves it right here. Just goes past the 8-pin. Takes out his spare ball. Hard and straight. You wouldn't want to be a pin with that spare ball coming at you.
Absolutely not. You said it was last night. The show is kind of like the cake after you mentioned. You got to eat your veggies and your roughage first to get through this incredibly difficult format to make the show. It is so challenging to get this far. And then you've got to focus in this one-game match format.
Rhino Page with 2 quality shots to start with. Solid 7, solid 8.
Help.
Yeah! And the 10-pin the last to go on another great shot. So Page has made 3 really quality deliveries. Only got paid off by 1. Watch the 10-pin. It's going to be the last one to fall. Pins almost went on. It tried to go above it, but just enough. Rhino using an asymmetrical solid.
His first strike in the match. Back to Wes.
Quality shot, Wes.
Even things up here. Looks for the double.
Hang on.
No.
And you know, I call it the highlight reel because you come in light and then you come in high. It's a natural thing for a bowler to do. He made an adjustment from coming in and leaving the 2-4-8-10.
3, 4, 6, 7.
This goes right through the heart, and it's a mess. Get it over that baby split stop. He overcut it.
4-7 stands, another open frame, and boy, Marshall hit it right on the head at the end of that first game. His match with Graham Fall. He was struggling with his look. He lost it, and he was guessing, and it's continuing this game.
Yeah, he has such a small area to throw to, and when he accelerates it to the right, it doesn't get back. When he pinches it up a little bit left, it goes through the face. When he throws it perfect, he's fine, but it's hard to be perfect. 10-pin less to go. West keeps it centered. He doesn't get too excited one way or the other. This ball comes from a long way to get to the pocket. Head pin will go to the sideboard. And a late messenger 10.
Across the deck, down goes the 10. And West will take anything he can get at this point. Lefty Page steps back up to go up by 34 pins. Looks for the double. Fourth frame. Wow.
Now he's got 4 great shots and only one strike to work with. So
how do you throw better, Marsh?
Well, he's making great shots. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Not getting the cooperation of the pins. And for Wes Malott, Wes is staying in the game. We'll take a nice low camera view of this. That 6, the 4 pin just goes right around the top of the 7. All he can do is make that spare.
Which he does with no problem. Tonight at 10 Eastern, the biggest event in bull riding charges into Las Vegas. Will Cooper Davis win back-to-back gold buckles, or will new champion be crowned? It all starts with round 1 of the PBR World Finals right here on CBS Sports Network.
That takes a little bit of bravery, you think?
The most exciting 8 seconds in sports. Every time I watch it.
That's a long 8
seconds.
Long
it's a
eight
long 8
seconds.
seconds. Those guys are incredible.
Page's carry percentage is 25%. Not very good. Great shots, but 9 a lot. Oh, he's looking sharp.
All right, mid-match, it is time for Wes to get going with shot making.
He's had 1 shot light, 1 shot high. Now he needs one just right.
That doesn't get there right. I mean, I can't throw it any better than that.
That barely got there, and he illustrated it himself. He said it. He can't throw it better than that. He's throwing it at a crack down the lane. He's just, that right lane, he's got almost nothing on. Good direction down the lane, but it still accelerates a little too long. Just does get back.
Put some more loft on that. Further down lane, try to help out with that 1-3 pocket.
There's a lot of different ways you can adjust.
He's trying.
You bet he is. Strike here, he can get it to 4 pins.
Looks for the turkey.
10 pin. Gosh darn it, just not quite enough. That ball went long, didn't come back soon enough. The break point wasn't soon enough down the lane. Wasn't able to get the 10 out.
There's the 10. There's the mark for Wes Malott, our 3 seed. Rhino Page, a 15-pin lead midway through our 3rd match from Liverpool, New York. We'll conclude it when we return on CBS Sports Network.
History will be written at the PBR World Final.
Rhino Page trying for his first career major championship, a 15-pin lead on Wes Malott. And great to see Chad Murphy here. Executive Director of the USBC.
I've known Chad a long time. He used to be kind of like a ball rep, you know, and boy, he has moved up the ladder and he's doing a great job. Rhino Page has not done anything but make great shots the first half of this game. Only 2 strikes to show for it.
Now it's crunch time. Wow! 60 feet to success, all 10 back. Great powerful shot for Rhino Page.
If you asked him right now, he would be very pleased with the way he's bowled. This ball tracking down the lane, hitting in that flush 1-2 pocket, all gone. That lead goes to 25 pins. He could have sent it to 35. We take a look at his bowling from position. He started out slow, 48th, then to 30th, jumped up to 13th, 4th round, great round, got to 4th, and then just hang right around that position. Got to 2nd with just the last couple of games last night. He moved from 4th all the way to 2nd. With authority there.
Focused and forceful. Rhino Page, who told us last night meditation has helped a lot in terms of his being able to zero in on exactly what he wants to accomplish. And look at that fierce expression. He is ready to win here tonight, clearly.
And for Wes Malott, you know, it's a shame, but during the match, you cannot alter the surface of the ball. Right now, his ball probably could use just a little bit earlier roll that some sandpaper could help with, but not allowed to do it.
I knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was going to happen. Right now, there's a fear of throwing the ball to the right because he knows if he throws it to the right, it'll never face back up. So he's in a trap. Tough spare, 3-6-10. No problem.
Some other finishers Marshall will talk about. Great competition here in Liverpool.
John Zerbinski just misses. A.J. Johnson had a chance to make it. Simonelli, the U.S. Open champion. Kyle Sherman, a good-looking young player. Marshall Kent from the Great Northwest.
Your neck of the woods.
You bet.
Just can't find a look consistently on the TV pair here tonight.
No, it's
midway through that first game, really.
He looked good for a while, but it just, his margin for error with the equipment that he's using just didn't match up. And he made this earlier, not this time, and it looks like it's going to be a fairly easy road for Rhino Page. Some other finishers, Chris Warren, who now lives just 30 miles north of me, Grants Pass, Oregon. The great Jason Belmonte, Dom Barrett, world class. Stuart Williams, Dino Castillo, Ronnie Russell, Richard Teese, Osku Palermo. Boy, can he throw it hard. And rounding out the top 24, Martin Larson.
Back to Page.
That's right. Shot.
Has not had a shot that wasn't great. He said he went around that a little bit, makes the ball go a little bit longer down the lane, didn't get quite solid enough in the pocket, leaves another 7-pin, but puts himself in good position. And I was watching Jacob Buttriff practice earlier, and he didn't look very locked in. So looking good for Page right now.
Wow. You have to figure as he marches toward the championship match. And Jacob Buttriff is next, only 23 years old, from just outside Phoenix, former Arizona State bowler.
For the people who've never seen Jacob Buttriff bowl, you
get ready.
You've never seen anything like this before. I mean, it is
unique,
totally unique,
but successful.
Very effective.
Boy, if Rhino Page gets some breaks, it'll be tough to beat. Experiment some ball change here because he's got such a big lead.
Yep,
and all 10 back.
He's in a wonderful position to do a little bit of experimenting. He's looking over at his ball rep. His ball rep just gave him the thumbs up. He says, that's the one.
Born in San Diego. Rhino Page, now Floridian. And the big Texan here is wrapping things up, unfortunately for Wes.
I can promise you I didn't grab that one. Did the other ones.
After beating Graham Fall.
Yeah,
not win this match, it is over.
No, it's mathematically a done deal for Rhino Page, and a great tournament for Wes Malott. He gave it a good shot, good try, but just not able to get himself matched up properly. And there'll be other days for Big Wes.
Wes dealing with such personal issues, losing his mom in September. So much on his mind away from bowling. Just a tremendous appearance to get this far and all the way to the TV show. Wish him the best. Rhino Page seeking his first career major. Will take on Jacob Buttriff, also looking for major number 1 in his spectacular young career. An amazing win percentage we'll tell you about with Buttriff. But Rhino Page has the look. 1 match to go from Liverpool. We'll crown a champion tonight in Central New York. Champion in 2016. Great memories last year. Marshall Coleman at CBS Sports Network from Vegas. Francois Lavoie making history, his first career major, the US Open Championship, the 300 game. That was amazing. Our stepladder matches here tonight. Buttriff Page, the only 2 standing. Dave Ryan Marshall Holman, 22-time Tour champ, 2-time US Open champ. Impressions of the evening so far?
Well, Rhino Page was just great. Norm Duke bowled a great game the first game, but he got ran over. The next game, both players were lost. Right now, Page is in the driver's seat. Buttriff didn't look really good in practice, but, you know, who knows what the youngster will provide.
Buttriff only 23 years old. You won a couple of U.S. Opens. What's going through his mind right now?
Well, I think he's not thinking about the ramifications of winning the U.S. Open. He's just thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm bowling on TV. This is big. I need to concentrate. I need to do what I do best. And when we watch this guy, he looks like no other player you've ever seen.
We can't wait. Championship match from Liverpool, New York, just outside Syracuse. Jacob Buttriff head-to-head with Rhino Page. One of these 2 star bowlers won their first U.S. Open tonight. Day after Halloween, we are ready to go. Here Liverpool championship match. Time to crown a champion. Buttriff.
Who's starting me?
Page. Top 2 seats. 2 lefties.
2 lefties, they're built about the same, but they don't throw the ball anywhere near the same. We'll see the familiar look of Rhino Page, and then we'll get the first look at the unique and successful Jacob Buttriff.
Trying to stay hot. Championship match is underway. 10 down for Rhino Page.
Every shot, a quality shot from Page.
Shot there, buddy.
Former Arizona State star. Here is that unorthodox release we told you about. The quick approach. He is double jointed after all.
I watched him in practice and he struggled, but boy, not struggling there. His first shot on national television live. Jacob Buttriff, prime time.
Any player rolls a 300 game during their telecast, Marshall will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips for the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling.
They do it here, they earned it.
No question. Wow.
And shakes him down. Buttriff with that very, very short arm swing. Got a short arm swing, fast feet, slides when he throws the ball, and just rips the cover off that urethane bowling ball. You know, there was a bowler back in the day that had fast feet and a short arm swing. Wait a minute, that was me.
You did pretty well. Perfect start.
Strike to even the match. It's got to hurry. Oh, it did. I'll tell you, I don't like that shot. That ball's coming in a little bit light. More of a traditional style from Page. Nice push away. Good knee bend. Good high backswing. Drives through nicely. And he just absolutely loves this. That shot surprised him. Got him talking.
He is fired up right now. This is not the Rhino Page we met with last night. He was relieved and mellow and happy. This guy has the eye of a tiger.
It's the title match in the US Open. If you can't get pumped up for this, go home.
Try to keep everybody perfect here. Not
6 pins falls.
Little grabby. Little grabby.
That's the ball that he changed to in the last match. This ball is just going to go a little bit high. Fortunate that he trips out that 6 pin, just leaves the 8. He'll get his spare ball out and rifle a fast one down there.
There's a here. Single pin spare conversion for Rhino.
Little grabby.
Now the youngster.
Jacob Buttriff led the tournament by over 600 pins.
Can you believe the numbers this
he
guy
ran away with it. He won 20 matches, out-averaged the field by a lot. Comes in light, leaves the 3 pin. He didn't like the way it came off his hand. And we were talking earlier, he's double jointed, and he can get his hand in a position no other bowler can. Well, watch it as he turns that into a position that normal humans just can't get there.
He told us last night he learned he was double jointed when he was about 18. Went to the doctor trying to figure out, how do I do this exactly? Physically possible. 2 different places in the wrist and the arm allow him to cup the ball that way. It's such an extraordinary angle I've never seen before.
No, and he does it with, I mean, I had a real small backswing. His is almost nothing. First round he was in 10th, then he moved all the way to first and stayed second, third through the qualifying. In match play, he just said, "See you, boys," and ran away and hid.
All-time record. Wasn't even close.
More on that ball. He got a handful of that one.
He really liked it. 2 career tour titles.
Great balance of the line for Buttriff. Got a fistful of that ball and drove right through the 1-2 pocket. Now Page looking to keep it even. He'll need to strike here in the 4th frame.
Rhino Page. Wow, all 10 back.
Still
with power.
Still making great shots, Rhino Page. That's a tie game right now. We'll get a nice worm's eye view of that strike.
So I wonder how many bowlers out there listening tonight, Marshall, will go to meditation now that we've told a story about
I'm going to do it.
Rhino Page.
I am seriously considering doing it. I think it's a great thing just to level yourself out. I mean, whether you're a professional bowler or no matter what you're doing, life needs to be chilled out a little. Came in high last time on this left-hand lane.
5th frame looks for the double. Wants it, has it. All 10 back for Rhino Page.
Well, he's on fire tonight. His shot making is on fire tonight. Just another perfectly thrown ball.
Strikes down 4 or 5 frames for Rhino. whose given name is Ryan, but his T-ball coach loved his fierce approach in T-ball. Run over a rhinoceros, so hence the Rhino nickname. That stuck. It's an awesome story. Buttroff.
Whoa, ball just barely hangs on. That was coming in high. 10 down. Totally different approach for Buttroff. Buttroff is going with just a urethane ball. He can really get a fistful of it, and it doesn't hook early on him.
Mirror images.
Just
the score so far here.
Yeah, they've both gone
Strikes
doubles,
in the first, second,
double 9,
fourth,
and
fifth,
double.
And a 9 spare in the third. And here we are all squared up midway point for all the marbles. Buttroff.
Got to hurry. Leaves the 10 pin. Not able to get enough on that ball to get it back and make it strike, but was a quality shot.
Told us last night he's not sure how many steps he takes on the approach. I mean, it can vary.
He takes them quickly, but I think I counted 5.
Was it 5?
Yep.
It's a feel thing for him.
Yeah, he bowled 1 year at Arizona State, and I asked him. I said, "Well, what did your coach tell you? What did he try and do?" And he said he just tried to maximize what he had. He didn't try and change anything, which was a great thing for his coach. That's hurry up.
Has a 10 pin, has the spare, and we've got ourselves a great match from Liverpool. Championship match of the 2017 US Open. Conclusion comes your way next on CBS Sports Network. That trophy is on the line here. Big prize money, place in professional bowling history to either Rhino Page or Jacob Buttroff. What a match. 1 pin lead.
Can extend to 11.
6 frame from Liverpool. Oh, 10 down.
Boy, he's got the look. He's got the look.
Raging.
He's got the look on the lanes, and he's got the look in those eyes. Just a beautiful shot. He's got just enough room to the left and to the right with the right ball in his hand, making great shots. He loves it.
Rhino told us last night this is the one tournament he wants to win more than any other because it is so difficult to grind through.
Well, he needs to do exactly what he's doing right. He needs to keep that focus at a very high level. Don't give Buttroff a chance. He needs to strike right here. There's a man who wants it bad.
He is ripping through the rack here tonight and focused.
Jacob Buttroff bowling a quality game, but right now being outpaced by Page.
7th frame, the youngster works on a spare.
Comes in high, leaves a 6 pin. Right now, Buttroff 22 pins down to Page.
Jacob won 9 regionals.
Unbelievable.
In a year. It's an all-time regional tour championship record.
If you take his regional tournaments and his national tournaments, put them together, he's won 24% of the time.
That is...
It's sick.
Astounding.
Hurry.
Your win percentage was?
3.9.
That's just amazing. Think about the number for a moment. While he shows some more numbers, 617 pin advantage entering the 5-man stepladder finals, an all-time U.S. Open lead record for the youngster from the desert, Jacob Buttroff.
Just amazing.
617, Marshall. I mean, that's an extraordinary number. Back to Jacob.
Needs it. 4, 6, 10. That could be the Waterloo right there. Well, bad shot, bad time. Needs to get 2 of them and then hope that Page gives them a shot. This ball he snapped real hard at the bottom. It faced up real early. No chance. And you know, you lead a tournament by 600 plus pins and got to come back the next day. You got to win it again. And Rhino Page making that a very difficult task. Page strikes here, he might come out of his shoes. He's definitely getting very excited as he gets close to his first major victory.
He told us last night this would be by far the top moment of his career. Not even a discussion.
No doubt.
Looking for his first ever major. How about a 5-bagger Rhino? You better believe it. He stays red hot.
Oh, yeah.
Rhino Page is rolling tonight here in Central New York.
He gets this next shot in the 9th frame. He can sit down and smile. He's going to win himself a US Open. Beautiful shot. Boy, his ball's rolling so nice down the lane. Hitting the break point perfectly.
Oh, that's really good, baby.
Yeah! That's it.
Is he ever pumped up? Yes. Inching closer to wrapping this up. Rhino Page, one pumped up bowler.
Take a look at the emotion. He knows that one locked it up. The best Buttriff can shoot is 223.
He's been a major runner-up twice. World Championship, TOC as well.
It's been a lot of years since I won my last US Open, but I still remember it. It's sweet. For Jacob Buttriff, we will definitely be seeing more of him. It's frustrating. That wide open split in the 8th frame just took any chance of him being able to win this tournament, and it was over.
Extra frame championships in Vegas and Lubbock, Texas for Jacob. He told us last night those were big events, but bright lights and national TV knew it was going to be a different story. He did not anticipate how well Rhino Page would come out of bowl tonight.
Well, nobody did. I mean, my gosh, he's just great shot after great shot. Yeah, you got to appreciate him finishing the race. Even though it's going to be in a losing effort, Jacob Buttriff has afforded himself quite nicely. But he's just a kid. You know, it's lots of time. His winning percentage has gone down, though. It's probably only like 22%.
Only 22 now?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Still extraordinary.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
One hell of a week this kid.
Gracious in defeat.
Very.
Great to see the sportsmanship there from the youngster Jacob Buttriff. But this moment belongs to this man.
It's a victory lap for Rhino Page.
Only needs 2 pins.
Well, you'll see lots of smiling when he comes back after this shot.
Rhino Page is your 2017 US Open champion. He has done it here in Liverpool tonight. Sixth career title.
Mom and Dad, this one's for you.
First
Love you guys.
ever
I wish you could be here.
Major. And a shout out to his family.
Oh my goodness.
Time to celebrate for Rhino Page.
Thank you, Storm.
The number 2
Thank you so
seed
much for everything.
is a champion
Love you guys.
of the
Thank
US
you, Mom and
Open.
Dad, for everything. This one's for you.
We'll hear from Rhino next.
All right, we've got some hardware for this young man to my left. We've got Scott McLaughlin, the chairman of the BPA Tournament Committee, with the jacket. Scott, if you come on in and present that to our U.S. Open champion, Rhino Page.
Wow. Rhino, on behalf of the Bowling Proprietors Association of America, congratulations. First major title, U.S. Open champion.
Thank you so much, Scott.
All right, thank you, Scott. Now, Trish Zentner, general manager, Flamingo Bowl, with a very impressive trophy.
Congratulations, great bowling.
Thank you so much.
And then finally, how about a little money for you, Rhino? Mark Martin, a member of the Hall of Fame board, USBC Board of Directors, with a big check.
Rhino, congratulations on behalf of the United States Bowling Congress. Here's your check.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
Rhino.
Thank you, Mark.
Rhino, first of all, your first major, how does it feel?
I can't even put it into words right now. You know, I've been so close so many times, and to finally pull through, and the one that meant more to me than anything, it means so much to me.
Could you have imagined bowling a better game? Because I'm up there watching, and it was quality shot after quality shot. Where did it come from?
I wish I knew, because I'd like to pull it out every time I bowled. You know, Jacob bowled so good this entire week, and I knew I was going to have to put a big number up at him. And, you know, my heart's just with him right now. I can't even imagine what he's feeling.
Well, actually, I can't imagine, because I led tournaments by a lot back in my day, and it hurts. But Jacob's a good young man, and he's got a great attitude. He was very congratulatory to you. But this is your moment. You're the U.S. Open champion 2017, and it seemed like the stars were aligned for you. You picked the right ball, you had the right speed, the right hit, everything to get flush in the pocket almost every shot.
You know, my ball reps were there for me from step one this week, and we set up a really good arsenal, good lineup, and that alone makes you feel comfortable. And there's a lot of prayers said tonight as well, just to keep me calm, and I really believe that that's what allowed me to throw those good shots.
Well, you know, today's game is different. Back in my day, it was about put the ball in your hand and make it work. In today's game, you got to be a little bit of a mad scientist. You've got to figure out exactly what's necessary. And you said yourself, you can't do it alone. You have to have your ball reps, and it seems like everybody did a great job for you.
Absolutely. I'm very thankful to the entire staff with Storm, as well as the many people that I call a part of my team back at home. This one's for all of you guys as well. Thank you.
So this is your sixth title. By far the biggest one you've ever won. How are you going to celebrate?
Well, I got 2 days to get ready for the World Series of Bowling, so work still to be done, and then a little celebration after maybe.
Rhino, my congratulations. It was a lot of fun to be here watching you do this great bowling. I had a great time as a former U.S. Open champion. Congratulations to our newest 2017 U.S. Open champion, Rhino Page. Dave, up to you.
Marshall, thanks so much, and congratulations to Rhino Page tonight. Our 2 seed, step-ladder finals. Norm Duke looking for another major. Fell short to Graham Faw from Canada. West Malott over Faw in the second match. Rhino Page had the look from the very beginning. Steamrolled the big nasty West Malott, and then no problem in the championship match with the top seed, Jacob Buttroff from Chandler, Arizona. Rhino Page, a champion tonight in Liverpool, New York. His first career major. He told us nothing would mean more to him in his career than winning a championship here tonight in Central New York, and he has done it. Congratulations to Rhino Page, winner of the 2017 U.S. Open. Be sure to join us for more bowling in 2018. Now for my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Marshall Holman, and the entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long, and thanks for joining us from Liverpool, New York.